So I finished Persona 5 Royale a while back, taking the route for both the game's true ending and its second bad ending. And I decided to take a moment to collect my thoughts on both endings before actually sharing them with you guys. All just so that I could make sure that I won't let the hype of having beaten a video game and platinum the video game and the hype that being a fan of the series has from, overtaking my thoughts on it. And that is the reason why this video took longer than it should have before I managed to record and publish it for your consumption. What's up, Dreamer Tribe? What's up, world? I am Bianca, and for today, I will be sharing my thoughts on Persona 5 Royale's 2 new endings. Now, for those unaware, Persona is by far my most favorite video game franchise of all time. With Persona 4, the first Persona game that actually got me hooked in the franchise. It was my favorite game in the entire franchise, and a game that I've played the vanilla version of as well as the golden one for the PlayStation Vita. But then Persona 5 came along and that game became the Persona game for me. I thought that the original ending of the vanilla game, the true ending, was a perfect finale to cap off the story of the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, and figured whatever game gets released after that, which isn't a flagship title of the franchise, was going to be a spin-off like the Persona 4 Dancing All Night and the Persona Q titles. So when they announced Scramble, I was ecstatic. The Phantom Thieves was going to come back with a brand new adventure. So it really came as a surprise when Persona 5 Royale was announced as well. It felt too early, for the game to be given the same kind of treatment that Persona 4 got, the same kind of expanded story treatment that came along with Persona 4 Golden. What else could they possibly add to an already solid JRPG story? Will they change it? How will they change it if they do change it, without disappointing those who are already satisfied with the story and the ending that we got from the vanilla version of the game? The answer to my first question came in the additional characters, Yoshizawa and Maruki. And since we are talking about the endings here in this video, then, I suppose it's wise to state that this video is chock full of spoilers for the true ending of the game, as well as the bad endings of the game. So if you haven't beaten it yet, I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who haven't. So now is the best time to turn back and just come back and watch this video after you finish this game, or, if you don't really care about being spoiled about it. And if you're still here, and I take it you don't mind spoilers, then let's continue. Yoshizawa is one of the 3 additional confidants in Persona 5 Royale, representing the Faith Arcana. She is another transfer student, a first year in Shujin, with aspirations of becoming the best gymnast in the world. Yoshizawa presents herself as Kasumi, and the game doesn't waste time in introducing her right off the bat.
My weak myself relied on you so much. That ends today. Let's do this, Senpai!
Dr. Takuto Maruki is the second of the 3 additional confidants in the game, and he represents the Counselor Arcana and portrays a guidance counselor hired by Shujin to help its students after the string of scandals that hit the school. These 2 additional characters are not just for the sake of having more confidence in the game, however, as they play a very important and pivotal role in the additional content of Persona 5, with both being Persona users with intertwined histories. Now, I'm not gonna go into detail about their histories or how their past intertwined or what led them to awakening their personas, but to make things short, it is revealed that the girl Kasumi is actually dead, and the one we have been interacting with is actually her younger sister, her younger twin, Sumire. And that Dr. Maruki was someone she met while she was in grief over her sister's passing, which she believed was her fault. It was also Dr. Maruki who rewrote her cognition and made her think and act and live life as her dead sister would, due to the power he has within himself. Suffice to say, the additional backstory to the content that was added was solid. We are shown the vast power that Dr. Maruki has when he managed to change and rewrite the entire populace cognition, creating an alternate reality where everyone lives happily and their deepest desires and wishes are fulfilled. We also saw how this power affected Joker's companions as well. Though everyone eventually remembered that this was not the reality they strove for, the game manages to plant seeds of doubt on what the best course of action is. The choice on whether to fight the reality Takuto Maruki has created is made even more difficult when Akechi's fate in this true reality was made known. You know, that Akechi was already dead and it was only in the alternate reality where he is still alive. It is at this point in the game that you are given a choice to fight against Dr. Maruki and return things to how they should be, or to let things be and allow everyone to succumb to the reality Dr. Maruki has envisioned.
I see. I had a feeling the truth of the matter still wouldn't dissuade you, Akechi-kun. But how about you? You think dangling my life before us is going to affect our decision? That's what Akechi-kun said a moment ago. If that's how you see it at this point, I'm fine with it. But I'm still going to ask you, one last time, will you accept the reality I create for you?
What happens when you choose to let Dr. Maruki win? Well, let's go ahead and watch Persona 5 Royale's bad ending.
I want to hear you say it aloud. What do you intend to do? I won't wait a moment longer. Answer me. Are you serious? Well, I have your answer. There's nothing left I can say. Our deal's off.
What's wrong? You seem out of it. Huh? Is that some kind of joke? Come on, wake up, Mr. Party Planner. This whole get-together was your idea.
You know, something hit me a while back. We're the same age. You don't have to be so polite to me.
Oh, you're right. But, Futaba-senpai, I still think of you that way.
Then as your senpai, I order you to speak casually to me, and no senpai.
Got it. Hi, Futaba? Was that, casual enough?
Confirmed for casual.
Thank you, Futaba-senpai. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
There's that
I
awkward
mean,
speech again.
my bad.
It's no biggie. Just go with whatever's easier for you. Your senpai allows it.
Ahem. Attention, everybody! It's Ehomaki time! I'm gonna do my thing. Just gotta make a wish, then eat this whole thing in one shot. So, what direction am I supposed to face for this to be good luck?
It says that's north-northwest of here, and a bit to the right, so... roughly that way.
How much is a bit, though?
I'll figure it out. Don't say a word to me until I'm done, got it? I gotta eat the whole thing without talking for the wish to come true. Watch this!
Do we actually have to watch this?
I'd be hard-pressed to call this picturesque.
Do you really think eating an entire roll of sushi could grant your wish?
I prefer throwing beans for luck. Drive them demons away. Sojiro, you be the demon this year.
And are you going to be the one who cleans up afterwards?
Come on, Ryuji-senpai. You can do it.
Thanks.
Oh,
Oh!
Good grief.
Well, that's Ryuji for you.
Sorry.
me too. But I really do appreciate all of my senpai cheering me on.
That's right, we're cheering you on. We've got your back no matter what. After all, this is where you belong.
Yeah, we'll always be together. And that goes for all of you.
Fine, fine. I'll just try again.
Still at it, huh?
So we'll always be together, huh? I sure hope so.
That was quite the bash. Nice work putting that all together. You can take it over for another party whenever you'd like. Hey, can I ask you something? So, I've been thinking for a while now, if it's good with you. And I'll make sure to talk to your parents about it too, okay? But at least until you're done with high school and all. Would you maybe like to keep staying at the cafe? And maybe even after graduation, you could... What do you say? Really? Well, I better get the ball rolling tomorrow then. Things sure are cooking up around here.
Congratulations on graduating, you two!
Thanks.
Makoto's last big speech as council president got me all teared up. That was such a nice ceremony.
Hey, let me see.
Okay.
only gotta do that to be officially graduated.
Aren't you feeling even a bit sentimental? This year really flew by, didn't it? We made so many memories together. I might even remember those better than what we did in school.
Yeah. But it is gonna suck not seeing you two at school anymore.
Don't worry, I'll be attending here starting in April.
For real?
I'll be bringing the lunches, so you better get psyched. Sojiro's gonna teach me how to cook.
Oh right, you're gonna be here too.
Don't forget about me either. Maybe I should become a high schooler as well.
Ooh, will you? That sounds like fun!
Perhaps I should also transfer to Shujin.
Makoto-senpai! Haru-senpai! You came to the ceremony? I wanted to tell you, in person. Congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
I have an idea. Why don't we take a group picture?
Oh yeah!
And I'll serve as your cameraman.
Akechi-kun!
We haven't seen you since the pep rally. I've been meaning to ask, what are your plans after high school, Akechi-kun?
I'm thinking about going freelance. Considering how busy I've been up to now, I think I've earned at least a year or so of taking it easy.
Don't turn into a shut-in, got it?
Thanks for the warning. Now, everyone gather up over there.
Would you rather I take that for you? You're all friends, right? Okay, ready? Say cheese.
How's it look? Let me see, let me see! I'd like to see it too. I'm glad we all fit.
Thank you!
Oh, thank you!
Thank you.
Thanks a bunch! Can I see? Can I see? Send it to me too. Did I?
So yeah, barring the whole notion that we let the bad guy win and that everyone is now devoid of hardships and thereby growth from these hardships, at a close glance, some might think that this is a good ending, considering that we have Akechi alive, Sumire isn't constantly plagued by the remnants of her PTSD and is living the dream of being, the best gymnast in the world, if the credits are anything to go by. Ryuji is running again, An is with her best friend, Mona got what he wanted and got turned into a human, Makoto Futaba and Haru are with their deceased parents, they got their deceased parents back and are living with loving families. Yusuke even is given proper tutelage by his master, and Joker got to stay with the others. It really feels like a good ending. Everything is hunky-dory, everyone is smiling happily, content even, it makes you feel happy for these characters, even though we, let Dr. Maruki win. Joker is still aware, though, that this is an alternate reality to some extent, if his expression when meeting Dr. Maruki again is anything to go by, but he chooses to let it go and finds contentment to this reality made for him. There's nothing wrong in this ending, there's nothing wrong with it as a bad ending, all things considered, but when you put it beside the true ending, it does make you feel like the true ending is, well, subpar, and makes you think that there's something wrong with how these endings are constructed. To make things clear, let's go ahead and watch Persona 5 Royale's true ending, shall we?
Hey, you got everything? I took you in. I thought I was the one helping you. But it turns out it was the other way around. Take care. Don't be so cheeky. Oh, and sorry. I wanted to have Futaba see you off too. I haven't been able to find her since this morning, though. Same with that cat. If you end up back in the city, come on by. I'll at least treat you to a nice cup of coffee. Wait, that means I can't go closing the store, huh? What are you doing? Hurry up and go. Yeah.
Yo! You over there!
Hey, look this way!
After we said we'd disband,
We are all on break after all. No more entrance exams. I can drive you to the station. You really, really gotta go?
Shit.
they've even followed us here?
What should we do?
Need a hand?
Dr. Maruki?
You're suggesting we split up? Should we? Here we go!
Come and get us!
Shall we then? There's no charge. If you find yourself struggling in life, you can start over, like me. Remember that. So yeah, if that ends up saving you, then we're square. Good luck.
Damn, man. Those dudes just wouldn't give up.
Wish it went smoother, but I guess this is it.
Be sure to eat well.
We'll see you soon, right?
If you don't come back, we'll find you there.
All right, it's time.
Yeah,
Aw, gotta go already?
we don't make the train schedule.
See you later, my dude!
I'll text you, okay?
Come on, sit down.
You taught me to keep my head up, didn't you? Told you I was coming with you. Ooh. Take care.
Oh.
Now, one of the things I liked about the original ending was that despite the distance between Joker and his friends and their vow with each other, they still end up having one last adventure by going on a road trip together to take Joker back to his hometown. In the original, after all, they managed to sabotage the cop's car in final send-off to the Phantom Thieves as a way to show that they still have this unyielding resolve within them. In Royale's true ending, though they end up laughing as they drove off from seeing Joker off, the fact that they were still worried about the cops felt like what closure there was and what resolve there was in the original when Makoto said they didn't care what the cops thought was suddenly gone. In this true ending in Royale, they were more concerned about the cops than spending what time they have left with their friend and giving him a proper send-off. What resolve they have to live lives as they see fit was nowhere to be seen in this ending. Instead, we see Joker be given a ride by Dr. Maruki, of all people, who is now a taxi driver and has a quick goodbye said to his friends before they had to leave. Taguto Maruki ending up as a taxi driver, it is so far off the left field. He could have remained a therapist and helped others. He was pretty good at that. It was hard to imagine that someone with such a strong conviction as him would just drop all of that and not end up helping people in a more concrete way than not getting them to pay for their taxi fare. I'm not trying to knock off taxi drivers here. I'm just saying his character arc would have made much more sense if he returned to being a guidance counselor and used what he has learned from Joker and the rest of the Phantom Thieves in a more positive light, and none with the whole altering, the person's reality thing. He would have been able to help others who face the same kind of trauma as himself and Sumire and other troubled youths. That way, he would have also retained his own conviction of ensuring that everyone ends up happy. Though they meet in passing, the short goodbye shared between Sumire and Joker leaves a lot to be desired as well. And I'm saying that not because I ship them, heavens no. I'm all about Joker and Queen, I ship them all the way. But because of the relationship the game built between these two characters, irregardless of you taking the platonic route or the romantic route, it feels off for some reason. The whole one-liner with Sumire can barely be called an acknowledgement. It was such a downer, and it's barely a proper goodbye. It also feels a bit bittersweet, melancholic even, when I think about Joker going home by himself compared to having a much longer time with his friends that the original true ending had. Then we got that whole thing with someone similarly dressed as Akechi passing by as Joker waits for the train to depart, and how his reflection returned to that of his metaverse ensemble. That was something that left me grinning, to be honest. Is Akechi alive? Well, if I am to take into account what was said, I am doubtful of it. Akechi states that he remembers nothing from when he parted with Joker in Shiro's palace up to when he met up with him and Sai on Christmas Eve. Everything from that point on was black, according to Akechi himself. Add to the fact that Maruki himself implied that the real Akechi was already dead, and it was only in the alternate reality that Akechi lives, much like how it is with Makoto and Haru's father, as well as Futaba's mother. It is hard to say that Akechi is still alive in the true reality. The younger man walking by the train at the end might just be someone who, dresses like Akechi. After all, I always thought that his getup was some sort of uniform, so it's not hard to imagine that someone else might be wearing the same thing that he is. However, even after saying that, there is still a little bit of doubt as well. It is likewise plausible that Akechi lives. That missing memory thing might just be because Maruki is as unaware of Akechi's fate as the rest of us. Perhaps he was also trying to just get under Joker's skin by stating that Akechi is not alive in the reality that he wants to take back in order for Joker to choose not to fight. He's playing with Joker's emotion. Perhaps he even meddled with Akechi's memories to make him doubt that he's still alive in the true reality. After all, this Akechi is, someone that Maruki made or remade into this alternate reality. Perhaps even Akechi has a hidden agenda we are not aware of in the game and will come to light in Scramble or some other sequel. There is reason to believe, after all, that apart from Persona 5 Scramble, that there might be more to Persona 5 and the Phantom Thieves story. After all, this title does well in hiding its cards until the opportune time arises to show them. I say that with Yose's storyline in mind as well, as it strengthens that feeling I have that his final interaction with the Phantom Thieves reveal that there really is even more to the Phantom Thieves story left to be told. Perhaps, though, that is just wishful thinking, on my part with how this game ended. I'm not really sure, but I truly feel like there is something there. If not for Persona 5, then perhaps to the future of the franchise as a whole, in its entirety. That hint Yose gave about others watching curiously on, that really seems like a pretty big deal to me. And yet, despite the debate, I feel like Akechi would be better off dead. His character arc had ended well enough, and he had shown his kind of conviction when he chose to fight, despite the strong feeling that he got that he is already dead in the true reality. His conviction, despite the choices he made prior when he aligned himself with Shiro, made me feel in awe, of him. And it would have left a deeper impression if his fate was not left to the interpretation of the player or to the player's desire. After saying all this, what I've come to realize is that I didn't like the true end as a whole. There was no warm and fuzzy feeling in this true end when you compare it to how it was with the bad ending. Not with how the rest of the Phantom Thieves just left Joker and drove off on another car chase, and especially not when you compare it with the original's true ending. This is what makes, this true ending subpar for me personally. The bonds, which is highlighted again and again in the entire game, feels non-existent here and renders them trivial. This ending feels so rushed that we got the lamest possible interactions between characters at the end of the game. Barring the whole debate that could arise between whether Akechi is alive or whether he's dead, it feels like Atlas missed what it is that made a lot of us fall in love with Persona 5's story. This whole post-game content that is Maruki and Sumira's story that was added to the game feels like it was haphazardly ended, and in a way that has a much weaker impact than with how it, the whole arc began. Don't get me wrong, I love Persona 5 Royale, I just don't love what they did with the true ending, so I'll stick with my own headcanon, which is a mix of the original's true ending and this game's bad ending, generously sprinkled with my personal favorite ship of Makoto and Ren/Joker. But that's just my 2 cents on Persona 5 Royale's bad ending and true ending. I think some might argue about my points, but, to each their own opinions, and this is just mine. So, what do you guys think about the true ending of Persona 5 Royale? Did you like it, or did it feel as bland to you guys as it did to me? What about the bad ending? What can you guys say about it? Which ending do you prefer? Tell me on the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye-bye now. Be safe, everyone. Alright, first off, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. If you like the content of today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up to let me know, and share this video to your friends, your family, and everyone you think would enjoy it. And if you haven't, please click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and become part of the Dreamer Tribe. And if you've already subscribed and you want to get notified whenever new videos come out, then just click on that bell icon and you'll get notifications whenever new videos are posted here on this channel. And that's about it. Again, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, you guys know the drill. Dream on, fly on. Bye bye now.